We've talked about game crashes, soft locks, and even some of the strangest glitches in this game. However, we've still got a lot to cover. Today, we'll be talking about the top 10 battle-related glitches of Paper Mario. First up on our list at number 10 is the Buzzar glitch. Buzzar hangs out in her distant nest, ready to ambush unfamiliar faces in hopes to find Mario. This relatively simple out-of-bounds glitch allows us to reach her nest. If we navigate the foreground seam of the bridge, jump off, and then hold up, Mario can reach the background seam. From there, we can hold up and land right next to Buzzar. This ends up skipping the encounter cutscene and makes it possible to run away from the fight. Even though Buzzar is a flying enemy, Bombette can first strike her from the overworld. Another side effect of this glitch is the incorrect music. Normally, the mini-boss music plays during this fight, but because we started the battle with a hitbox collision, the game incorrectly plays the standard battle music. Following the fight, unless you manage to perfectly land on the seam, Mario will be stuck inside of the nest. One of the more unique battle glitches takes the number 9 spot. During the encounter with Fuzzipede, he'll navigate the walls and hang from the ceiling after his first turn. If you paralyze him with Watt's Power Shock, then knock him down from the ceiling, Fuzzipede gets sort of stuck. From here, if Mario hits him with the Spin Smash ability, Fuzzipede will go flying back up to the ceiling. Oddly enough, the game considers Fuzzipede in the air, rather than on the ceiling. This means Mario can jump on him, which would otherwise be impossible. Number 8 on this list involves the Lava Piranha boss in Chapter 5. In this game, many key events set Mario's story progress to a corresponding number. When Colorado speaks with Mario just before the Lava Piranha fight, Mario's story progress is set towards the end of Chapter 5. The thing is, we can skip this cutscene. All you need is the Speedy Spin badge and quick movement to the staircase. Once down there, you can save and then continue towards the boss. If you fight Lava Piranha and defeat him, you'll notice something is very wrong with the next cutscene. Yep, the Star Spirit card does not spawn, and Mario cannot continue. Resetting the room causes the Lava Piranha to respawn, meaning you can fight him over and over to your heart's content. This can be a great way to grind experience in the mid-game, if desired. Going back up the stairs and talking to Colorado will properly set Mario's story progress, allowing you to defeat the Lava Piranha once and for all. Next up at number 7 is a much more difficult glitch known as Whale Early. We start off by storing this loading zone with frame-perfect jumps until Mario reaches a position where his angle will be skewed in the next room, so far that it causes him to immediately fall out of bounds. Once we clip behind the crates, the goal is to reach the top right corner, which can be done by falling upwards and then rightwards. Now, with a perfect down-left angle, it's possible to continue along this seam, but we must jump around the loading zone, which can be tricky. Upon reaching the next corner, we want to move directly down until Mario is walking on water. At this point, we need to hit the loading zone of the whale's mouth, which happens to be present regardless of whether or not the whale is here. Once inside the whale, Mario can fight Fuzzipede as long as he has Watt. We certainly could grind experience here, but due to the following cutscenes and difficulty of this glitch, I would not recommend it. More importantly, remember how I was talking about certain events tracking Mario's story progress? Well, entering the whale happens to trigger the beginning of Chapter 5, regardless of which point in the game you're currently in. This means you can skip to Chapter 5 from basically any point in the game, or you can simply replay Chapter 5 as much as you'd like on a single save file. Number 6, the negative damage glitch. I've seen many videos where Paper Mario fans show off a supercharged move dealing 99 damage. But did you know you can technically exceed this cap? Meet Ice Power, a poorly programmed badge found in Shy Guy's toy box. The badge's abilities are simple. It allows Mario to jump on and deal 2 extra damage to fiery enemies. The thing is, this damage bonus isn't correctly accounted for in some cases. For example, in conjunction with the All or Nothing badge, which increases your attack power, but causes you to deal 0 damage if you miss the action command. Regardless, when dealing damage to a fiery enemy while wearing ice power, you'll do 2 damage minimum. But that's by no means the most interesting thing ice power can do. Let's supercharge Mario's jump until it reaches the limit, then power bounce one of these guys. Did you notice that -1 and -0 were displayed? That's because you're dealing 101 and 100 damage respectively, but because this amount of damage was never expected, incorrect damage placeholders are displayed instead. What I consider to be one of the most difficult glitches in this game takes the number 5 spot. It's known as Refight Goomba King, and I'm not joking about its difficulty. This took me over an hour to get decent footage of. There are 2 methods of doing this, one of which involves lackluster and is significantly easier, but I'll be showing the Parakarry method since it can be done earlier in the game. We're gonna start by scaling this diagonal invisible wall with precise jumps. If you get high enough, we can jump over the wall and land inside of this rock. Now we must position Mario in the center and make our way towards the foreground. Due to how difficult this next step is, I recommend jumping in place, then barely tilting the control stick as Mario descends to move more precisely. Once Mario lands on the face of this rock, do not move. First, make sure he is facing this direction by performing a reverse hammer buffered spin if necessary. Next, use Parakarry until Mario climbs the entire rock and lands on the nearby out-of-bounds seam. An upward angle with slight emphasis on left must be held to reach the out-of-bounds corner behind the rock. If Mario falls off while facing upwards, this is likely the correct position, but it's better to slowly begin angling directly up left, and then slightly left of up left. If Mario is facing left while falling, then the position is correct. Now an even more precise angle must be held. By buffering a slight down left angle with the partner menu, Mario can reach the out-of-bounds seam near the bridge. From here, we must carefully meander the seam, as we will clip back in bounds and have to restart the glitch if any mistakes are made. Upon reaching the background seam of the bridge, jumping off and holding down for the perfect amount of time causes Mario to land on the foreground seam. This is similar to the first step of the Buzzar glitch, just in reverse. Line up Mario with this position and hold down. If done correctly, Mario will land on the Goomba Bros and first strike them, which begins the Goomba King fight. First off, the music is incorrect, again, like the Buzzar glitch. A couple other glitches occur too, mostly with the end battle tree. Parakarry's shell shot always misses the tree, since it doesn't have an assigned target. Bombet's bomb ability hits the tree, but strangely nothing falls from it. But the coolest thing about this glitch is how useful it is for farming early game experience. You can almost instantly chain these fights together, since it teleports you right back to the foreground seam of the bridge right after the battle. While recording for this video, I managed to gain 4 level ups in 10 minutes by repeatedly refighting the Goomba King. That's pretty quick. If you've seen my other videos, you're probably no stranger to Peach %, which takes number 4 in this countdown. In the Chapter 6 intermission, Peach is given a key to unlock the door to her courtyard. Attempting to enter Bowser's castle at that point is not possible, as the door is locked from the inside. However, after the intermission, if you re-trigger an earlier chapter with a glitch such as Wail Early, the door to the courtyard remains unlocked. But not only that, the door to Bowser's castle is not locked. This means you can trigger Chapter 8 as Peach, which leads to a ton of insane glitches. Normally Junior Troopa and Bowser block access to more of the castle, but if you defeat them as Mario before re-triggering the earlier chapter, you'll be able to explore further. If you manage to dodge all of the enemies until reaching the cannon room of Bowser's castle, you can first strike them as Peach. Most of you are probably aware that Peach never battles, but Twink does, so the animation played for her jump is kinda funny to me. Unfortunately, this battle experience is short-lived, since standard attacks against Peach crash the game. However, attacks that play more unique animations do not. If we choose to fight Final Bowser, he'll randomly decide to attack us with his Fire, Claw, or Stomp ability. If Bowser uses Stomp, Peach gets squished, and he takes an ability from Mario. Oh, and did I mention Peach has the same health as Mario? It doesn't really matter since the game instantly crashes if you die as Peach, but I found that interesting. In my opinion, the best battle glitch with Peach % occurs if Bowser uses the Claw ability. Remember, his Claw poisons Mario if he doesn't block it, meaning poisoned Peach. I'm going to assume the game doesn't have a valid sprite for poisoned Peach, but there's still some kind of palette swap happening here, and it's fascinating to me. But again, this battle glitch is so broken that the poison fails to do damage to Peach, which softlocks the game. I've got another video on Peach % that showcases the journey through Bowser's Castle as Peach, as well as taking a nap as Peach, which I've left a link for in the description for those of you interested. The Dark Battle glitch is certainly the most complex glitch so far, and it earns the number 3 spot. In this room of the volcano, we're going to fall off this ledge from a precise angle so that Mario lands on the upper red spring. This might not look like a big deal, but it actually incorrectly changes the game's RAM. In English, it thinks we just finished a cutscene that didn't even start. Now, we can destroy the game. By spin jumping into a save block, we have properly manipulated the previously incorrect RAM values to allow walking while we have the save block cutscene. From here, we're going to open the item menu and cancel the save block text to translate the storage to the item menu. Then we spin jump while eating an item to manipulate the RAM for later. In the meantime, we need to store the save block again, while we still have the item menu open. Afterwards, we fall down the ledge next to the putrid Piranha. We'll be encountering him soon, but now we must perform a difficult maneuver known as a first strike swap. This can be done by spin jumping while eating another item while the save block text is still up, which requires inputting A, Z, then A again, all in quick succession. Real quickly, I want to point out that I just ate a snowman doll. While Mario's eating the snowman doll, we'll be opening the partner menu so we can change partners while first striking the enemy. As soon as Cooper's shell or Bombette's bomb hits, depending on who you have out, switching partners to someone that doesn't have a first strike will break the battle sequence. Not only is the first strike cancelled, but the entire battle is impossible to see. It's worth noting that, for example, if you shell toss the enemy, but swap to Bombette, you'll end up bombing the enemy in the battle. But back to the Dark Battle glitch. You can still kill the enemies if you remember where all your battle commands are, but that's definitely not easy. There's still more to this glitch though. As the battle normally fades out, you'll be able to see again for a split second. Following the fight, due to the timing of our partner swap, your partner will be tiny sized. In this case, I performed the partner swap so fast that it actually made Sushi smaller than a single pixel. In other cases, you'll have a tiny partner following you around, but there's still a reason I decided to swap quickly. If I change loading zones, I'll actually be riding Sushi. Because I was using Cooper the same exact time I switched to Sushi, the game thought I was using Sushi, meaning you can pull off the Sushi glitch through RAM manipulation alone without a nearby dock in sight. There are many glitches you can pull off with the Sushi glitch in Volcano, but we'll have to save that for another video. Next up at number 2 is the Goompa Duplighost glitch. At the beginning of the game, Goompa follows you around, but he's eventually replaced by Goombario in a Goomba village cutscene. However, you can perform the Goombario skip to bypass this cutscene entirely, which means Goompa can become a permanent party member. Having Goompa as a partner doesn't really do a whole lot on its own. He cannot attack, and he has no abilities. Despite this, Goompa can cause a fascinating glitch when fighting Duplighosts. You may recall that Duplighosts can transform into Mario's active party member. Well, in the event that active party member is Goompa, the game gets confused and just warps Mario to the position of the Duplighost, instantly killing it. In fact, this crashes the Nintendo 64 version. When paired against more than one Duplighost in a battle, Mario is teleported to the Duplighost's position, and will now battle from that position. What happens from there? I'll let the video speak for itself. Number 1. The Zombie Jr. Troopa glitch. Our final battle glitch is, by far, the most tedious to set up. The first step involves collecting 32 key items, which was never intended to be possible. However, with the help of glitches such as Wail Early, it's possible to collect items such as the Jade Raven and Ultra Stone more than once. When Mario has 32 key items total, new key items collected on the field will instead be placed into Mario's regular item inventory. What this means is you can eat key items, or more importantly for this glitch, throw them away if you already possess 10 regular items. Now it's time for the most insane out-of-bounds setup I've ever seen. We're gonna start by doing loading zone storage to skew Mario's angle and fall out of bounds in the next room, kinda similar to Whale Early. The reason we do this in this case is to set up a Kooper super jump. For some reason, when Mario falls out of bounds, the next time he commands Kooper to use Shell Toss, Mario is skyrocketed into the air. We'll see why that's important shortly. In the meantime, we must hit the tree and obtain the Dolly key item, which can now be thrown away. This is where things can get really frustrating, since throwing an item away sends it in a random direction, and our goal is to get it to land right on top of the save block. Worst of all, we cannot jump or use Kooper in the meantime, as that will cancel the Kooper super jump we need momentarily. Once the item lands on top of the block, we will stand underneath it and perform the Kooper super jump, which must be done quickly since the item will disappear if it isn't interacted with after a few seconds. Right now, Mario is still gaining height due to this menu locking his vertical speed. Once we eventually cancel the menu, Mario will fall down at such high speed that he'll clip through the ground. And luckily for us, Junior Troopa is stored directly under the save block, meaning we can encounter him. As with other encounter glitches, the standard battle music is playing when it shouldn't. But this one's gonna get a lot more interesting. For whatever reason, when Junior Troopa is hit by moves classified as fiery, he will not die. Throwing an egg missile and using Fire Shell clearly put him at 0 health, but he's still living. Not only that, but when Mario is electrified, Junior Troopa will get stuck, and still not die from the shock. But a Fire Flower ought to kill him, right? Nope. Surely Bombette can handle this guy, yeah? I guess not. I eventually decided to use a Repel Gel, which for some reason really screws up his attack animation. My personal favorite part of this glitch is that, while any non-fiery items will kill Junior Troopa at this point, certain status items can kill him as well. As an example, using a Dizzy Dial is a method of finishing off this unkillable enemy. And that does it for the best battle-related glitches in Paper Mario. So tell me guys, what was your favorite glitch in this video? Oh, and a couple of you guys have asked me questions before in the comments, which I typically try to answer as soon as I see them, but some of you have replies disabled, so I can't respond. I believe there's an option in the settings to change this, so make sure that's all good to go before you ask a question to be answered. And as always, thank you guys for watching.